Okay, this is a response to all haters of the Devil May Cry demo. It's come to my attention that people will unjustly hate this game because of their own skill levels. One such being John Candy45. His hatred is pretty biased. He even misconstrued a particular interview stating that the game was dumbed down. Now, in the actual interview, which I'm thinking he's got this information from, it was not dumbed down, but rather it was accessible. Now, that's great. These guys have incredible skill. They've probably beaten the game on multiple difficulty levels. But that does not make the game shit, as they claim it to be. And plus, they're basing the game solely on the demo. Now, I've given them several different examples of how demos generally tend to be easier than the actual game itself. Such examples I gave them were from the original PS1 era Legend Dragoon demo. In the demo, you start off just after the escape from Helena prison. You start off roughly level 7 or 8. You had the level 3 Dragoon power, and you were free access to them. You went through the escape area into the next dungeon, which gave you a boss fight. But it was easier than the actual game because you had the Dragoon levels. In the actual game, the same place, you were level 4, you had no Dragoon levels. It was a much different experience. God of War 3 is another good example of giving you power that you would normally not have. In the demo, you start off on Mount Olympus. In the town of Olympia, getting to Mount Olympus, you had 2 weapons, the Blades of Exile and the Nemean Cistus. Or Kestis, I don't know how to pronounce that word all that accurately. And the thing is, this allowed for much easier gameplay because you had the very tools needed to break the shields of the enemies. In the actual game, at the same point, you only had the Blades of Exile, of course, and the Claws of Hades, which did not have the same abilities. Namely, you did not have an ability to crush the shields initially surrounding Helios, and had to use the Cyclops to do the same thing. Another interesting demo was Infamous, in Infamous 2. Infamous and Infamous 2 introduced you to rockets much sooner than when you actually would get them. Now, the problem with this demo is that you're given a fair access to abilities. Now, are you going to get Osiris and I forgot the name of the axe right off the bat? Probably not. Are you going to get most of the abilities? Probably not. Not at the onset. But these people will hate on the game just because they get these abilities. And they even misconstrued a particular interview stating how the battle system was dumbed down. Most people like to change out accessible with dumbed down. So they get the system. That's great. I mean that with no sarcasm at all. That's great that they get the system and they can get the most out of it. But any system has a chance to be broken. Regardless, I mean, Ogami, Veil of Mist. Simple as that. You get Infinity Stones, you get the Ink Recharger, There you go. Veil of Mist. Infinite. Right there. But, I digress. Here's the thing, though, about Devil May Cry. And the thing is, most of the argument is because it's backward logic because, it's the demo, it's the actual game. No, it's not. It's a demo. Okay, well, I'm confused. I've been told I was confused on beta and demo. Beta is not. Beta barely has anything. It's the basic game at its core, without really much of the attachments. Little Big Planet kart racing, for example. I think that's the name of the title. You maybe got to build a track, but you didn't get everything to begin with. Now, in a demo, you probably would at least get most of what you could get. But the beta has known glitches. It's got problems, but that's the whole point of a beta. is the fact that you are asked for input. They know there are glitches and they ask you for input so they can help you pass the glitches. Now the problem is, the demo is generally geared to be slightly easier. You have more at the table for you than you would in a normal game. But to unfairly base your judgment on the demo for the game when the game hasn't even been released, that's baffling logic for me. That's baffling logic. And to ignore all the evidence and pretty much come up with no evidence backing your claim or misconstrued evidence shows you really don't know what you're talking about, to a certain degree. It shows that you are willing to believe whatever you want to believe, and I'm not going to change your mind, but at least admit where you're wrong. That's, I guess, my biggest point. So thank you.